Y'all better not hold hands again, right?
No more wins.
Oh,
Alrighty,
don't hold hands so long.
Stephanie, read that EQ question for me. Right there. Good question. What are we learning today? What is the focus?
Where are Africa's physical futures located?
Where are Africa physical features located? What does it mean when it says physical features? And raise your hand. Who knows what physical features are? On the map. Raise your hand.
Physical, like
Physical. Sandra, what did you say?
country.
Countries. Does anybody want to take another guess?
Wasn't right.
Yesterday we did countries, and that was political features. So the opposite of finding the countries, the physical features would be what?
West.
Rivers, streams, water.
There you go. So today we're going to be looking at some of the key landforms, water, and rivers located in Africa. Now, based off of that, Kevin, I need you to read the I can statement.
I can locate on a world and religion
Regional.
physics map Africa physical
Physical map, Africa's physical features.
on
The Sahara,
Sahara Desert,
Congo,
I call it Chicago. Rivers,
Kalahari,
I can't. Kalahari Desert, Savannah, Nile River, Lake,
Tanganyika,
Tanganyika, Shell,
Sahel,
I don't know.
Niger,
Niger River, Lake,
Victoria,
tropical rainforest, and
Atlas Mountains. Exactly. So, by the end of today, what you should be able to say is, and just like yesterday, you're going to get quizzed at the end of today, you will be able to locate on a physical map these particular physical features, which is the Sahara Desert, the Congo River, the Kalahari Desert, the Savannah, the Nile River, Lake Tanganyika, Sahel, Niger River, Lake Victoria, tropical rainforest, and Atlas Mountains. All these are features that are located on the Africa map, and we're going to take a look at those features actually. So I'm going to hand out to you guys your packet from yesterday. I'll show you again. Okay, so these physical features, guys, within Africa, they have certain type of landforms. So what I'm going to do on page 8, on the first page of your packet, is read to you some key features of these landforms. I want you guys to follow along and point out some key facts about that feature.
This one? Page 8?
Right in the front. Page 8, right in front. I want you guys to follow along and point out some key facts about each one of these features. There's little images on the side that kind of give you an overview. Because when you're locating these features on this map, it's important to kind of know the type of landform because it'll help you find its location. Okay? Alright, so everyone, eyes on page 8. Follow along. As I might pop up and ask you to pick up where I left. Get your eyes on the paper. So I'm starting off at the vast continent, where under it says physical features of Africa. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Alright. The vast continent of Africa has a variety of landforms. Keep reading to learn about some of the physical features that make Africa such an interesting place. First one is the Sahara, which is a desert. It's the world's largest hot desert, covering most of northern Africa. It stretches from the Red Sea to the outskirts of the Atlantic Ocean. In the south, it stretches to the Sahel. Nolan, what's a key fact about the Sahara that I just mentioned? It stretches to where?
Is that the country or something?
What does it say?
The Sahara is the world's largest hot desert.
Okay. So that's a key fact, right? It's the world's largest, hottest desert. So now you guys learned that in Africa, the Sahara Desert actually holds the world's largest, hottest desert. And as we go on, you guys will see how people survive in these deserts and what they do and things like that. All right, the Sahel is a transition zone south of the Sahara and north of the equator that separates the Sahara from the tropical rainforest. It has become more of a desert in recent years. Dejani and Timbuktu are part of the Sahel. Dejani and Timbuktu are cities that's in Africa. So Malachi, tell me a key fact about the Sahel.
The Sahel stretches to the A hill,
The what?
the A hill, the Sahel.
The Sahel. What are you trying to read?
It's
Which one?
it's
Transition.
transition zone south
South
of the
Sahara.
Sahara.
So let's think about our north, east, west, and south here. Let's picture the Sahara Desert in your head. Get the picture of the Sahara Desert in your head. So as you're picturing the Sahara Desert, and show me by a raise of hands, if you actually are saying that the Sahel is south, is the Sahel located on the side of the Sahara, above the Sahara, or under the Sahara? Raise your hand. If I'm saying the Sahel is south of the Sahara, so would it be under it or above it, or side by side? Kevin?
Above?
Above? Jahir? Side by side?
Above. What was the first one?
Under.
Above.
It would be above the Sahara
Above.
or under it?
Under,
If the
oh.
Sahel is south of the Sahara.
Oh. Above.
Under?
Under. I mean, under.
Okay, so how many says under? All right, so it would actually be under. And the reason being, because if you think of your coordinates, north, south, east, west. So you have, and you want to make sure you remember this when you're reading the map. North,
Don't they have north, east, south?
yeah, you can do south, east. But let me tell you how I remember this. Never eat soggy waffles. So when someone says, go south of somewhere, in your mind just say, never eat soggy waffles, to see which way that you're gonna go. Jahir, inappropriate.
So you always have to go to the right.
Yes,
Alright.
yes. And just never eat soggy waffles. Exactly.
You're disgusting.
All right, so the savannah.
How's that nasty?
The savannah is the picture of Africa you see with movies. Did I move on?
Oh, yeah.
The savannah is the picture of Africa you see in the movies, with rolling grassland and scattered trees and shrubs. The most famous savannah is Serengeti, straddling at the borders of Kenya and Tanzania, which are two cities in Africa. There are 4.5 million squares of savannas in Africa. You want to tell me something interesting about the savannah? Go ahead.
There are 4.5 million
Square miles.
square miles of savanna
It's
in
Africa. That's a pretty large portion. So savannah, you know in the movies where you see the lions and the giraffes and the zebras?
Yeah.
The savannah is where most of those animals live, because there's some grassland, it's not mostly desert, and that's a place where they can survive, okay? All right, the central central part of Africa, so now look at that, we said the central, so we know the central is located in the middle. So the central part of Africa, tropical rainforest in the Democratic Republic of the Congo is the second largest rainforest in the world. About 90% of African rainforests have been deforested because of lodging and road building and poor farming. Who wants to take a guess at what deforested means? Jahir?
Cutting trees.
Cutting trees, good job. That's exactly what's happening. So the tropical rainforest has trees and water and things. But now people, they need to build houses and use wood to build other things, so they're cutting the trees. So is that damaging the rainforest?
No.
Actually it is, because they're cutting it and it's not growing back. So you might think that it's not damaging because maybe it'll grow back. But no, once it's cut, it's done. That's it. Okay? Alright, so flowing through West Central Africa is the Congo River. It's the second longest river in Africa and the 5th longest river in the world. It crosses the equator twice and is surrounded by the rainforest. Alana, tell me something interesting about the Congo River.
Congo?
Alana, yeah.
The second largest river.
It's the second longest river. Second longest river in Africa. Okay? All right, the Nile River is the world's longest river. It flows northward out of the mountains of Central Africa through Eastern Africa and Mediterranean Sea. Yes, Malachi.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Not right now. Cassandra, tell me something interesting about the Nile River.
Nile River, it's the world's biggest river.
The world's longest river.
Oh, longest.
And let me tell you something. So you know usually when water flows, right? It goes down, right? The interesting thing about the Nile River is that it flows up.
Oh.
Yeah. So it doesn't flow downstream.
Is there
It flows
gravity on it?
upstream.
Is
Huh?
gravity over there?
I'm not sure exactly why it's the way that it was dug, and yes, it has to be something with some type of way that it sits in the earth, gravitational pull, something. But when that river flows, the water goes up. So that's something. And you know the Nile River was the big river that during Egypt times and Moses and all that stuff. So I don't know.
That could be a reason.
I know. You never know.
The reason why it's waves is like because of gravity.
Right, it could be gravity. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll look that up and see exactly why. All right, the Niger River is the principal river of Russian Africa. It flows into the Atlantic Ocean. 5 West African nations depend on this for water. Stephanie, what's something interesting about the Niger River?
It's the principal river of the Western Africa.
Yes, but what's one more key important fact? Nolan, what's one more key important fact? How many nations depend on this river?
5.
5 West African nations depend on this for water. So do you think later in the unit we're going to learn about some water scarcity?
Yes. We
Yeah.
already did.
But this is in Africa. Last year it was Southwest Asia. Now we're going to learn about how water scarcity affects Africa later on.
Like the middle, like
We did learn about Africa.
like this part,
So that was the Middle East.
that part.
Yes. Like the Sahara Desert part.
Oh, that's
It's a
like
desert.
It's like no water.
Exactly. That's a good fact that you pointed out. The Kalahari Desert is a large arid to semi-arid sandy area in southern Africa, covering much of Botswana and part of Namibia in South Africa. Its dunes range from 20 to 200 feet high and can be 50 miles long. Now, we did political features yesterday in the countries. What country did it just mention in the Kalahari Desert where the Kalahari Desert is near that we did yesterday?
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
Look at it. It says the 3 countries it gives is Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa. So when you're looking for the Kalahari Desert, the first thing you should know is to go somewhere around South Africa because it just revealed that the Kalahari Desert is located in South Africa. All right, Lake Tanganyika.
Found it.
Good. Lake Tanganyika is the longest lake as well as the second deepest lake in the world. It lies in the Central Africa between Tanzania and Congo in Great Rift Valley. Michael, give me a good key fact about Lake Tanganyika.
It's the longest lake.
Longest lake is
It lies on the Central Africa between
Tanzania.
and Congo in the Great Rift Valley.
Yep. So it's the longest lake, and it's the second deepest lake. So that has to be pretty deep. If it's the second deepest lake in the world, not just in Africa, but the world. All right, and then last but not least, Lake Victoria is a headwaters reservoir for the Nile River and the largest lake in Africa. It is the second largest freshwater lake in the world and is quite shallow. Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda borders it. Alessandro, give me a key feature for Lake Victoria, a key fact.
It has water
Reservoir?
for the Nile River and the largest lake in Africa.
Right, exactly. It is the largest reservoir for the Nile River and the largest lake of Africa. So, right now, the good thing about this, and what I just read to you too, as you're looking for your physical features, it gave you guys some country locations, saying that it's near this country. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you start looking for locating the physical features. Like for Lake Victoria, it said it's located near Kenya. So one thing that you should do is locate Kenya and start looking around Kenya to find the location of that lake, okay? So again, just as yesterday, we're going to work in partners and complete the packet. But make sure you know, what you should be able to do to pass the quiz at the end of today is, can you locate the physical features of Sahara, Congo, Kalahari, Savannah, Nile, Lake Tanganyika, Sahel, Niger, Lake Victoria, tropical rainforest, and the Atlas Mountains?
All
Okay.
of those, we have to put them where they
We're
go.
going to do it on a map. So let me tell you to your next step. Right under where I just got done reading, I'm going to model to you, just like I did yesterday, what you're going to be doing with your partners. So on the next page, where everyone should be here, where it says map skills, study the map of Africa landforms and answer the questions. You guys need to turn to the correct page. Yes, you can use the colors yesterday, but follow along as I demonstrate to you what you're going to be doing so that you know exactly what you're going to be doing. Right here. Stephanie, get up. All right. Stephanie, read to me number 1.
What is the major landform for northern Africa?
What is the major landform of northern Africa? How am I going to answer that question by looking at this map? Michael. How am I going to answer that question, Michael? By looking at the map. What am I going to? What's the key? Show me. What's the key on the map? What it's showing me what I'm looking at?
Things like says deserts, rainforest, savannah.
Right, the desert, rainforest, and savanna. So looking at the map, what one of those key features do we see on the majority covering Africa? Everyone look at the map and tell me what key, in that key between the desert, rainforest, and savanna, what is the largest landform covering Africa? Majority of it.
Syrian desert.
This area doesn't.
The desert, we see the Sahara Desert.
Yeah,
What about the savanna? So let's look at, we know that the Sahara is the largest desert, but what's covering most of Africa?
Kalahari Desert.
Savannah.
The landform from the key. So, right, so you want to identify it, right, from the key here. Which one of those features?
Oh, I thought.
So
that was
does
like-
everybody agree
Yeah,
to Savannah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so for number one, the answer is Savannah, so everyone should be writing Savannah in.
I think my name is,
Where?
Housing and community.
Alright, so that's page 9, now turn to page 10. This is similar to yesterday, so you're gonna locate the features and it's gonna ask you to either draw a box, draw a circle, whatever it tells you, but we'll look for number one. Number one says, draw a brown box around the Sahara Desert. Where's the Sahara Desert? Everyone point to it. Sahara, 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 Sahara. All right. So what I will do is, Nolan, you got your brown marker? Let me see it. So it tells me to. It tells me to draw a brown box around the Sahara Desert. So I'm drawing a brown box around the Sahara Desert. That's exactly what you're going to do as you follow steps 1 through 11.
It
Now-
says, make a brown dot for sand.
Yeah, and you make brown dots for sand. Now turn to page 11. Here you're going to label each one of the physical features. You're going to find it on the map, yes.
Is this gonna look like the test? Like that'll put everything in?
Similar, yes.
Oh my God.
So, let's see, so it tells us, the first one says Sahara Desert. Where's the Sahara Desert again?
Like in the
Up there, so
middle.
we gotta draw it.
We know it's in the northern part, so you just need to label it. You don't have to draw it, you label it. Sahara Desert. Just like I did here, Nolan. So with your partners, you guys are going to locate the remainder of those and label it. Yes, good job.
Oh, do we get label all of them now?
Now, right now, I'm showing you at each page what you're going to do.
What page now?
And then on page 12, the next page, it's the world map. And you're pretty much doing the same thing, except you're labeling it from a world map perspective. So, let's locate the Sahara Desert on the world map. First, obviously, we have to find Africa. And then we have to look for the Sahara Desert. Good job. Where's Africa? On the world map, where's Africa?
Where's the word?
No, right here, where's Africa?
Here?
No. Remember yesterday?
That's South Africa.
Africa is there, so where would the Sahara Desert be? Right there, exactly. Where would the Sahara Desert be? There you go. So then you'll just label it there. Where's Africa? Right here, yes. I see a lot of you guys are getting South America mixed up with the Sahara Desert. You want to look and see what's surrounding that. Look at this map. Look at your big map so that you don't get confused. What's here? What ocean?
Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean. What ocean's here?
Atlantic.
Okay.
Indian Ocean?
Yeah.
Indian Ocean? Indian Ocean. So, to help you, when you're looking at a world map, if you see the Indian Ocean, you know that Africa is west of the Indian Ocean. So that'll help you with not confusing it with South America, because South America is nowhere near the Indian Ocean, okay? All right, so you guys have 20 minutes to get started with your partners and do exactly as I just did. You're doing start off at page 8, do 9, 10, 11, and 12. Close to it. You have to go really bad? Hurry up.
Wait, what are we doing in there?
That was what I, no, I'm sorry. You guys start at page 9. Page 9. We did page 8 together.
Miss Henderson,
Huh?
you have a sharpener.
I do not. So I'm gonna put the timer up for you guys. Start on page 8. Yeah, I mean page 9, I keep saying page 8. Start on page 9 and go from 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what's due at the end of class and before you take your quiz. Just like we did yesterday. So as you're labeling, you want to remember where the location's at, because remember yesterday? You got 100 yesterday, did I hear what you got?
That was easy, this is hard.
This is harder. Yes, it is. Well, hold on, I'm going to So,
What's 9
did I hear, what makes this one harder?
What's 9 times 11?
And 9.
9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 33.
What
I
is
mean,
nine,
not
what
11.
does multiplication have to do with the desert? Kevin?
11.
Also, all of you have a book on your page, on your desk. Page 719 will also give you guys a better overview as well as your reading the map.
Here, right here, right here. Here, here.
Where do you see the Savannah on here? Here, turn to page 719.
Here.
Right. So we want to just make sure label the one that's here. Okay?
Wait, miss.
We just do Savannah's number 3.
Label the one in Central Africa.
Right here.
So just know that it goes around, but we want to label the one in Central Africa. Turn your book to page 718. The map in the book on 718 will also assist you.
Where's
That's what it says. Atlantic coast. This is the coast. A coast is always the border of a country.
So, this is what?
Cassandra,
I would say that.
what's your primary focus? Michael, you just earned yourself a check. Page 719 is going to assist you with the map as well. Okay, that'll help you with the features. Okay? Did that turn your page already? You see it? No. This one right here. I'm sorry, 718. 718, guys. 718.
More?
Hey,
Use the map skills to remember. Yeah. And you guys, on number 9, on page 9, you can skip number 4. Okay? On page 9, skip question number 4. This is how we got here.
wow. What's up number 4?
I just said you can skip number 4.
Skip number 4.
I think it's Savannah.
That's what you're talking about.
She just said freaking number 4. Over on number 5.
Use the map to measure the length of like.
So on page 9, skip 4 and 5. That's measurement, and we're not focusing on that right now.
Wait,
We need brown.
Can I use this kind for like?
Which keep it 45?
Mine right here. Where you want? Yeah.
Alright.
That's in order.
Brown, orange, green.
Just,
What the heck? Alright. Brown, orange, green, green. Blue, Nile.
do you have your color pencils? Who had color pencils yesterday in this group? I gave you mine.
Alright, so it's gonna be brown, orange, green, green.
We'll come back,
Blue, purple, brown, blue, blue.
Oh my god!
Oh my God! What does that have to do?
Alright,
You want that?
alright, this is not.
I just said skip. Number
Oh,
4 and 5.
No!
Still don't like that.
You never said it.
So far, case, probably staying
Evan,
focused.
you never told me nothing. You just said.
Exactly.
You're not smart.
Get focused.
What do you think that one is?
Training by, training,
Alright.
training, wrong.
Straight.
So let's drop our box.
Go over it.
Come on, come on. What do we need? Which colors?
Brown,
Brown.
orange,
That was red?
green.
Straight to
Hey,
How is it?
Michael said that is reading.
Okay, what else?
All right,
You got blue?
y'all here.
My name.
Wait,
Purple.
which one did you?
Remember the last time we got a purple?
John,
Yeah, that's purple.
Where is this the first one?
That's blue.
What does it mean by
This is
draw both green and red balls around the tropical rainforest? And then you draw one box and then draw the other
Okay,
one on top?
purple. We got that one.
Green and red boxes, yes.
Blue,
So draw
blue,
two.
that's it.
So you draw the green box and the red box.
Yeah, give my
Purple,
thing back.
blue, orange, I mean, green,
Calm
brown.
down.
Alright, now we need
If
to
you're
draw
missing a
the
color, go ahead and draw the suited long as a circle. That's mainly what I'm looking for.
She said, wait, you do brown one.
Draw a box around her desert. Or I don't know how to do that name.
She said draw.
Orange.
It's orange or
Red.
Alright,
I couldn't hear.
shadow.
13 minutes to finish the other package.
color or what?
Stay focused.
Where's tropical rainforest?
We are on the savannah.
Well, when we were reading, we said the tropical rainforest goes through the Congo. So remember Congo, we also know it's Zaire. Where was the Zaire?
Green and red box. Oh, we need red.
If the tropical
Red,
rainforest goes through the
red
Congo.
box around the tropical forest.
Yeah,
Congo like right here.
yeah.
So
So all
you
this,
can draw
so all
one red
this
and
area
one
is tropical rainforest.
Red, green.
Yep, because the tropical rainforest goes